This tutorial covers user administration in the REEport system. After logging in through the portal to gain access to REEport, this is the page that you'll find yourself on, the portal homepage, and you want to click up here on the Administration tab. This takes you to the sites that you might administer. It's possible to have more than one site. You'll probably only have one, but choose the site that you want to manage, and it will show you a listing of your users. Now, a user is unable to access your REEport site until you add them as a user, so that is probably the best place to start, is how to add a new user. So right at the top here is the email address, and you would simply type in your user email address, and I'll use a test address here, and then click Add User. And you want to make sure you put that email address in accurately, because an activation link gets sent to them, and if it's not accurate, they won't get it. Okay, then here are the fields as far as their first, last name, title. It fills in the address for you. You can put in their phone number. It has the organization already filled in for you. And then here you choose which role you're assigning to them in REEport. I'm not going to fill it out, but once you complete it, you would just click Create New, and it would create the user. I'll click Cancel just to clear out of here. Also, a quick note, a user may have any number of roles assigned to them, not just one role. They can have multiple roles if you like. Okay, so after adding the user, it brings you back to the listing of users, and the top heading here is unverified users, and this is where you would find that user that you just created. And so they need to click their activation link within 36 hours before the link expires. And then that will activate their account. If the link does expire before the 36 hours, that's no problem. There's a reset password feature found at the portal login screen, and they can just use that and generate a new activation link. So once they've activated their account, we'll move down here. There's the active users heading, and that's where your user will show up. From here, you can easily see at a glance the user's name and email address, as well as what roles they have been assigned. So if you need to make any edits to a user account, you simply click their underlying name. So I'll click this user. And it looks just like the user creation, shows us the fields, and we can make any edits to their name, phone, email address, or you can manage the roles here too. So under application, you want to find where it says REEport for your organization, and then you can, for this user, I can add roles, so I can add them as a site administrator or any other role that I want, or I can remove a role, and that's how you manage the roles after the user is active. I'm just going to click Cancel to clear out of there and go back to the previous screen. Now in REEport, you're not able to delete any users. What you can do instead is you deactivate a user. And we'll move down here. So it's done under the Active Users folders by clicking the checkbox next to a username. And then you can click Deactivate Checked Users without sending an email. Or you can just deactivate, and then it will send them an email notifying them that they've been deactivated. And so I'm going to go ahead and deactivate that user, confirm my selection. We'll let it update. And now you can see we have a new heading of inactive users because I deactivated that user. And then you can reactivate a user at any time just by reversing the process. I can select them, any number of users, and then click reactivate. I confirm my action, and it'll move that user back up under the active users folder. Now you might have quite a few users to administer, and so you might want to search for a user. So there's a couple of ways. You can either click on any column heading to do a sort. Also note if you have many users, you want to navigate through the various pages to get to the next listing of users under a folder. Or you can always search for a user. Just type in their name or email address or any information on their account and click search, and it will find that information for you. And this concludes user administration.